Hey guys, Sure Shot Midget here. It's pouring out right now, so I'm kind of trying to stand under this ledge here. But I got another one of my guns to do a video on, so this is a personal gun of mine. My brother gave this to me for my birthday, and I went ahead and upgraded it. It is a King Arms 9mm PDW is what they call it. They come in different versions. You get different colors and different rails, and I think barrel lengths as well. Everything else is the same. Internals are going to be the same. I'm pretty sure the pistol grip and the stock all stay the same. I'm pretty sure all of them have the PDW looking stock, but it's just barrel lengths and different rails and colors. So this one is a gray version, which is really cool because I did kind of a two-tone. The rail was gray, and I went ahead and swapped it out for a black one, and now it's got black, 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 and then a gray body, so it looks pretty cool to me. Let's start from the back and go to the front on this thing. So I'm going to make this quick because I did already make a video on this gun before I upgraded it, so I'm just going to go quick on the externals. So here we have a adjustable stock. You can actually pull it out like that, which I actually don't like that. You can do that with like the ACR stocks as well, the ICS, the Magpul ones. You could just yank them out. I don't like that. Some people might like it, so if it's all the way in, they can just go like that, yank it out and shoulder it. I don't like that because sometimes I hold the gun by this, and obviously it'll just kind of do that sort of thing. So I'm not a huge fan of that. But as far as positions, I think it's like 7 or maybe 6. There's a lot of positions for length, so even if you're a big person, this is all the way out, and it's pretty long. So for those big people with long arms, maybe you're tall, this will be just fine for you. And then if you're short, you can put it in. This is all the way in, so it's really forward, but I keep it at like right here. So it's like the second from all the way out, right? Yeah. So would that be like the 4th position or something like that? Probably considered. 4th in. So yeah. Moving on. The body on here is gray, like I said. It is plastic. It's a polymer. It's pretty solid. It's not like an ABS. It's more of like a polymer, like a composite plastic sort of thing, I guess. Pretty good quality. I don't see any problems there with it at all. It's a good design. Pistol grip on here is ergonomic. You can change out the back of the grip here. It's got 2 different magazine catches. It's got an extended one over here like an Ares Amoeba M4, and then you have an MP5 style paddle, so which is really cool. I like the magazine catches on both sides, or the bottom. Technically ambi because it's on the bottom, and then there's the standard M4 one. Works all great. Charging handle and dust cover assembly. Doesn't really want to stay shut, but yeah, works perfectly fine. Troy replica sights, they are plastic. I'm just going to keep them on there. It's airsoft, so I'm fine with that. I like the look of it, honestly. The rail system on here is a Troy TRX. This is a black one, obviously, and it's 7 inches. Bought this on eBike for like 65 bucks. And this thing makes it feel like a totally new gun, honestly. The weight of it is much heavier than original. It feels more realistic. I did kind of want to keep the light. I like light guns, okay? This is kind of in the middle there. It's not like super light. With the old rail on it, it was super light. And then with this on it, it's like that medium, maybe like 5 or 6 pounds, so it's still light and playable, but I might get a K-Tech or one of the, some sort of loud insert or amplifier. I think I'm going to get for this gun. I'm kind of undecided on that, but that's the only thing on the externals that would change, would be, I might do like a K-Tech or one of those Wild Hog GMP amplifiers. Hop-up, it is a plastic rotary, or sorry, not rotary, I wish, just a standard wheel hop-up out of this gun. The inner barrel's brass. I think it's a 603 or 604. Seems decent. And a stock inner barrel, or I already mentioned that, stock bucking. So everything in here is stock as far as hop-up. It does shoot pretty good. It shoots about 180, maybe 200 feet with 2 5s, so which is very acceptable for me. I'm happy with that. Now, this gun is a higher feet per second. This isn't necessarily built for indoor. It does have a quick change spring system if I pull the stock off, so I could go indoor with this if I want. The current spring that I have in here is a Matrix M150. Matrix springs run a little hot generally, So the M150 shoots 380 with a .2 full stroke. I think I'm going to get an M160 and bring it up to 400. I do have an M160 that I tried in here, and it did shoot 405 with this exact gun, and then I took it out and cut it and put it in a different DSG for a customer. So now I have a Matrix, the M150, full stroke in this without it being cut. It's 380, which is pretty decent for me. About 1.4 joules with 2.5s, 1.38, 1.4. So actually pretty decent out of this gun. So it's hitting decently hard, but it's definitely legal at any outdoor field for sure. As far as rate of fire, I wanted to do a lower rate of fire DSG. My current DSG is 50 rounds a second, is what I have. It shoots pretty good. That gun is shooting 340 with a .2, so like almost 1 joule. It's like 1.1 with a .2, and I think it's 1.1 with the 2.5 as well. It doesn't go up or down, it kind of stays the same, and I use 2.5s with that gun. And it's very precise. The trigger response is much faster than this. So as far as internals for the gearbox, before I keep rambling on everything else, it is a King Arms gearbox. It's a radius shell, so I am pretty confident in it. I have a ASG 30K motor, the boost version. I have a BTC Spectre Mark II Bluetooth wired to the back, Dean's, and I use the stock trigger and shorten the trigger pull. The safety does work, and again, for some I have to go a little bit of past, and then it'll fire. There's no battery in there now. Full auto is fine. Other internals, it has a ZCI 18-to-1 spur. I am using an SHS DSG, the non-cut Matrix M150 spring, SHS pre-lightened piston with a Crytac piston head that seals perfectly. I also replaced the cylinder from the stock one to I think it's an SRC, which is very similar to the one that was in here, but the port is back further, so the DSG, because even with the DSG, the 8-tooth, with the original cylinder, it would have pulled the piston back past that port, and so you'd be losing a little bit of air in there. I'm using the SHS DSG tappet plate, a stock nozzle, stock cylinder. Seems to be shooting fine and feeding. The magazines that I use they're King Arms, I believe. Some of them are Cyma, but they literally come from the same factory, and they're better than this one that came with it, actually. The one that came with it's decent, but all the other Cyma ones that I have, the Cyma and King Arms, are just the best. The one that came with it's different. It has some different markings on it, so I don't know, and it has a different back lip on it that like aligns with the back of the receiver here. So it's not like the other ones that I use, and it's not as good. But I have a lot of mags. I have 10 or 12 MP5 mags. They only hold 100 rounds. I use .25s, and with rate of fire like this, I'm going to need a lot of ammo. So my MP5, my HPA MP5 shoots 30 a second. This shoots 35, so yeah, mid-caps go fast with both of the guns that I use the MP5 mid-caps in. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the gun. The battery that I use, I don't have it on me, but it is a 2000 milliamp 15 to 25 C. It seems to be plenty of C rating. Generally DSGs would want more, but it doesn't warm up very much. The motor doesn't warm up that much, so seems to be able to handle that battery, and the battery seems to be able to handle the gun, the draw on the gun as well, and a weaker battery. So I did pre-cock it a little bit, but it's actually still pretty crisp. Full auto. Again, it was chronoing 35 rounds a second. Full charge, I think, was 37 when I chronoed it. So it's about half charged, maybe 3/4 of a battery right now. So we're probably averaging 35. Alright, so I'm going to try this right now. I have this about 3/4 charged battery. I've got a bunch of MP5 mid-caps. These are the ones that I use. They might even be considered mag brand, but it uses a square top little cap, and they hold about 100 rounds, which is a pretty good amount. They're solid. The Elite Force ones split down the middle way too easily. I don't recommend those mags. These are like $8, maybe $9, $10, where the Elite Force ones are $5. Don't buy the $5 ones. Don't buy the Elite Force ones unless you want to load them to like 70. Because if you load them to 100, they'll split. They will. Trust me. I learned the hard way. These feed great. The rate of fire on these that they feed is fantastic. These are all loaded up with 2.5s, and let's see how it does. So let's do some semi here first. Still good trigger response. I do have it overhopped a little bit. And as you can see there, it completely dumped it. There was like one skip in between before it emptied. But feeding's pretty good overall. The range on that was just as good as semi was. So I'm getting about 180 feet on full auto as well. Let's go ahead and toss a new mag in here and get a little bit of more full auto. See that? Oh yeah. Okay, so I turn the hop up down just a hair, see what it shoots. 344, 343, 343, 341, 343, 341, 342, 340, 345. Fairly consistent. It's between 345 and 340 with a 0.25, which is 1.38 joules. So again, it's dang close to 1.4 with the 2.5. It's very consistent. As you can see there, perfect feeding. You can see that trigger pull. I mean, it's nothing. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or anything, let me know, and I will see you guys on the next video.